Yo, what is going on, chat? We are back. Thank you for joining the first live stream on this channel of 2023. So happy to be here. So thankful that you all are here joining me live. If you are joining live, say what's up in chat. I see some of you there already. Leave a like on the stream so more people can find this stream. And if you're watching this later, thank you as well. Leave a like on the video and comment and let me know that you're watching later so I know who you are. Whew. I hope everybody had a good break. I know for some of you the new year is well underway. It's been well underway for me as well. I have been making I'm working on 3 videos right now, and I've sort of just been like zooming out and taking a bird's eye view of what I want to do this year and what direction this channel should go, which is why I like being here live, because we can have a chat about this like in real time with you all in the chat, like hearing about things you want to see from the channel, things you would like to see from me, questions you have lingering that you think I can answer. Members, what do you want to see out of your membership? What perks can I add? How can we revamp memberships to make it even cooler? All that good stuff. So we could chat about that along the way today, but I also want to make some music and talk about some devices that are kind of going to shape my sound in 2023. That's the vibe today. Crispy Pickle. Hey TAETRO, I decided to start 2023 learning music production, and your videos have been a huge help, so thank you for sharing your knowledge. Thank you, Crispy Pickle. I am actually putting together a video right now for people in your exact shoes, people who have decided to start learning music production in 2023, because I realize I have a lot of resources on the channel, but people don't always find them. So I made a community post the other day like, hey, doing the next chapter of Ableton Live for beginners, but there were some people commenting on that didn't even know the series already existed and that there were already 7 episodes of that. So I want to make a video that's like, hey everybody, if you're learning music production, like this is the video that tells you about all the ways you can go and all the things you should consume. That's what I'm trying to do. So that's one of the videos I'm working on. What's up, Common Beats? What's up, Nefertiti Gold? White Whisker, how's it going? Coleman. Hey teacher, you're getting started in Ableton Guide. Got me started in music production, and your channel has been such an amazing resource. First time make it to a live stream. Heck yeah, Coleman, welcome. I'm so glad you could make it to a live stream. Somebody became a huge supporter right before we went live, but it left from chat. So thank you to that person. I believe maybe your name was Carl. I think I missed it. If I start saying hello to individuals now, I'm going to totally lose track and I'll leave somebody out. But I see you all in chat. Thank you for being here along the way as we go, answering questions, having good convos, hopefully. But I want to hear from you all. How was your break? Did you make lots of music? How are you thinking about the new year? I started a Q&A there in chat that you can fill in. Not so much a Q&A as much as it is like a fill in the blank, right? So the prompt is, in 2023, my music will be... Okay, fill in the blank there. If you have just general questions, you can leave them in chat. Nefertiti Gold filled it in. In 2023, my music will be released. I think we all need that. Yes, yes, yes. Me too. Me too, for sure. What are we working with today here? Today I got my Launch Key 37. This is just here on the desk, but this is my new tape recorder that I got for Christmas, which is really cool because it has a speed knob on it and everything. Probably make a video about that, or I'm planning a video about that. I did post an Instagram reel today that kind of teased a little bit about 2023 and how I want to use a lot more tape in my production. In 2023, I will release my music and learn how to produce my own music also. Great. Finished up my analog stereo stack. Cool, cool, cool. So, as this is the first stream of 2023, it could possibly be the last because I have to go get a dental cleaning later today, and who knows if I'll survive that. So, who can say? There are lots of great things in the pipeline, though. I know it's been kind of quiet here on this channel. I'm probably going to switch my video upload day. Instead of being Sundays, it'll probably be something like Mondays or Tuesdays, because I think earlier in the week is a better time to release rather than Sundays when people are out and about and have plans. There's been a couple interesting emails that have come through. One just yesterday, one that has to do kind of about with live streaming. So I'm interested to see where that conversation will go. But looking for just new partnerships this year, looking to do things new. I think last year there was a lot of work put in. I mean, this community put in a ton of work with Beattober and beyond. I saw a lot of you grow musically last year. I mean, we started doing the workshops. We were doing track review streams a lot. And I was seeing all the improvement and so many people grow as artists, which I thought was really cool. So I think 23 has potential to be a very big year, not just for myself as an artist, but I think for all of you out there as I've seen you all grow. Have I ever used a Pocket Operator? I have not. I see a couple people saying they're grabbing a Minilab 3. That's what I like to see. Miss Nadia in chat, who is also the creator of the intro animation. I only wish there were subtitles, not the automatically generated ones. Yes, I'm sorry about that. Sometimes it's even hard to do the auto-generated ones. Would that be too complicated to implement? It's a little bit complicated to implement. It's definitely worth it. I think maybe that's something I can take a note of, like the most popular videos, especially the beginner series, like just hiring translators and putting in captions for those might be pretty worth it. Happy New Year, Diana. Thank you for being here. I am well, and I hope you are well too. I think many people are probably starting the school year. Maybe not yet. Let me see. In 2023, Christopher Ortiz says, my music will be available on BeatStars. Nice. Dustin says, 2023 will be expedited, good enough to move on and start the next project or song. Nice. Okay. Let's get into the content today. Oh, I need to do a blast off tweet to let people know that we are live. My Twitter heads, if you are on Twitter, and I'm about to just make this tweet real quick. If you want to help me out by blasting out the stream to everybody, I'm going to put a little image here. I have to find a link to the stream, which is going to cause all kinds of chaos, I think. Let's see what happens. Hopefully not too much chaos. We're going to tweet out a link to today's stream. Perfect. And I need your all's help to get that out to everyone. So let's do that really quick. Now is the time. First stream of the year. Smiley face. Did y'all see that Sarah the Instrumentalist is streaming? She's doing some really cool stuff on stream. Microwave Beats, I think, is the name of like her brand with that. So that's cool that there's more people streaming. I'm just gonna drop that link in. If you have Twitter and you can go blast off that tweet with a retweet, I would really appreciate it. Happy New Year, Bobby Limes. Also, shout out to our friend Daltrick, aka the Small Prof. Small Prof, aka Daltrick, has put together a really cool like boot camp intensive. We were talking about it the other day. We actually have something cool coming up, doing a little bit of collaboration with Daltrick with Claire. But yeah, she's putting together a boot camp, which like seems like an amazing opportunity. You can join live as a workshop form. I believe there's going to be like downloadable if you just want to download it. I'll link that for everybody who's interested in a boot camp with Daltrick, aka the Small Prof. Go check that out. The boot camp. It's there. Maybe I should link the boot camp instead. Look at that. You can sign up for all levels A, B, and C. Just put out there. How often do we get the chance to learn from a master like that? Not often. And I know a lot of you liked what Daltrick was doing on the Beattober stream. In 2023, I hope we get a new update for the SP404. What update are you looking for, BeatJam, and what features would you like to see? Crispy Pickle asked on YouTube or Twitch. I think you're talking about Sarah's stream. Sarah's stream, I believe, is both. All right. Today, I have a very specific thing I want to talk about. I'm drinking coffee, by the way. I don't know what y'all are drinking. Let's get into it, though. I'll pause the background music. All right. Today, here's what I want to talk about. I've mentioned this before, but rock bands, when you think of a rock band, they're not constantly changing their instrumentation. So a rock band can put out 5 albums and they're not like deviating from their formula, which is usually guitar, bass, vocals, and drums. Sometimes they have a keyboard player, right? In electronic music production, we just download a bunch of sounds, a bunch of plugins. The DAWs come with a bunch of sounds already built into them. So pretty much what ends up happening, what we can tend to do, is every project can be totally different. So what I want to do this year is further refine my sound. Pick the certain sounds and the certain, basically create rules for myself that I'm not going to deviate too much from, so that the TAETRO sound is a very refined, distinct, recognizable sound. Does that make sense? So let me move chat for a moment. So I've already kind of started to do that. And the way that I've been doing that, I'm going to talk about this in the next Ableton Live for Beginners video, is just starting with the collections and the categories. And what I'm doing is I'm using the collections to take instruments that I've made in the past, or take instruments that I make in a project and save them so that in a future project, all I have to do is drag and drop them. For instance, if we grab Saikai's flute here, drag it into a project, I can always go grab that. We've got some plugins turned off here. Let's turn them on. And now anytime I want this cool flute sound, it's kind of like got all those cool reverses in it and stuff because we're using EFX fragments there. It's also got the J37, which gives it this tape saturated sound. The point is that anytime I'm looking for this type of sound, I can just go and grab it from the collection. And if I do that across a few tracks, then you start to recognize that, oh, TAETRO uses this instrument a lot. That's kind of like a part of his music. And for me, as an efficiency side of things, it's going to make my workflow more efficient, but it's also going to make my music sound coherent and like it all belongs together. So that's what I'm thinking about for 2023. And I want to talk through maybe a couple of devices that I'm going to be using in 2023 to help shape that. But let me know in chat, what do you all think of that approach? I don't know if you all would be interested in taking on a similar approach. Will your sound be contained within one genre? Crispy Pickle, that's an interesting question. I think genre is it's hard to pin down. Of course, I've been making lots of lo-fi beats, but I think as an artist, I want to grow a little bit beyond just a typical lo-fi beat, because I do love making those like sleepy, dreamy lo-fi beats, but sometimes I want to push the tempo a little bit, add a little bit more groove, branch out beyond that. So I think there's a broader umbrella that it can all fit under. The other thing when it comes to genre, if you go back to that idea of a rock band, not just instrumentation wise, but think about every classic rock band. They have their head-banging songs, their head-banging tunes, but then they also have like their ballads, their slower songs. So as electronic artists, I think we should be able to do that as well. We'll see. I guess this is a little experiment for me in the next year or so. And it's something I've been working towards anyway, but we can try. Two Canucks says, interesting, it does make sense. I'm glad. Nicholas says, funny, I was thinking of this today, that a band has so many sounds and multiple people making decisions. And with VSTs, then you have to do all of that yourself, and it's a lot. That's true. Well, the thing about the band analogy is if you have a guitarist, they just have to focus on the guitar. Of course, some guitarists are also the songwriter. They have other input. And if you're the drummer, you're just focused on the drums. But what you have is 4 experts coming together to contribute their expertise to one main goal. As solo artists and, producers on this side, we're wearing all of those hats. So it is pretty challenging. You plan on doing 24/7 chill music, asks Permaban. Do you mean like a radio station, like a live stream? Probably not, but I do have some long form playlists on the channel if you're looking for that. Like the one that I use for the background music actually is like a 40-minute playlist. Let me link that. So that's something. There's 2 of those on the channel right now. Be jamming on the SB44. I would love for the sequencer to be enhanced and to get stem exports. Yeah, that would be great. I definitely need the SB44 needs help in the sequencer department. All right. So let me show you one of the instruments that I am going to be using, or one of the instruments that I've made, and a device that I'm going to be using to kind of get the sound that I want this year. Here we go. You're going to see it hovering right here. And this is a Max for Live device. And the instrument, I just called it Ocean Sign. Let me play a couple notes. So that's a pretty simple sound, right? Like there's nothing too earth-shattering about it. Where'd chat go? But it's a good example to start with because it's going to showcase the device that I'm using here, Pitch Loop 98. But if I turn Pitch Loop 98 off and I just have my basic effects on it, all this sound is the operator preset, which is like a sine wave and a long release time. I love this sound. This is such a basic sound, but I always gravitate towards the simple sound of a sine wave. Turning up that release so it's nice and long. But then we could add some reverb to that, right? Which could sound pretty cool. And then turn on Pitch Loop 89. And this kind of starts to get into what is even my sound? And it all comes down to sort of sampling and manipulating audio. And Pitch Loop 89 is sort of a way to sample and manipulate audio in real time. At the heart of it, it's a delay effect, which you can all probably tell, right? You can hear little delays. But it's not exactly a delay in the traditional sense. What this is actually doing is taking parts of the incoming audio and kind of like micro looping it to a certain extent. Now I have this set to short, so it's taking a very small piece of the audio coming in and looping it. And not only is it doing that, it's playing it backwards. It's reversing it. Let me just turn both of those off so you can hear what it sounds like without that. And you can see these things scattering all over the place, and I'll explain that in a second. It sounds pretty cool even with those two things turned off. So it's playing through that incoming audio, but at different points. So if you can imagine a waveform, actually let me just kind of quickly demonstrate this. I'll turn this off. I will play a note. Great. That's a very simple note there. Turn record off. I'm going to freeze and flatten that so we can look at it as audio for a second. Freeze, flatten. So that's what that waveform looks like. And I've got another effect on there that's making it not be a traditional, typical what we'd expect to see. But if you imagine, as it goes through pitch loop, it can loop any tiny section, almost like granular synthesis. So it could grab maybe this section and loop a portion of that. It could grab this section and loop a portion of that. If it grabs this section and say it's reversed, now we don't just get a tail sound that fades out over time. We get a sound that's going up. So it's grabbing little portions of that audio and playing through it in different ways. And there's a lot of randomization going on too. So let's look back at the device here. So that little scattered thing that's left and right, it's kind of choosing where within the sound it's gonna play off of. You can see that that's constantly moving. And do notice that left and right can be different. So if this looks intimidating as a, as an audio device, just split it in half. Left and right, it's exactly the same, top and bottom. But we can also manipulate the pitch. Do it up by an octave. Check that out. Suddenly, we've got this very magical sound when we're doing there is adjusting sort of the pitch, and you have the right is staying normal pitch. The left was going up an octave. I mean, we could go down an octave, and you don't have to be clean octaves. It can be by semitones. Okay. So that's cool, right? So you hear what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like sampling audio in real time. It's not just an instrument. It's an instrument that's sort of reacting and reacting in seemingly an organic way because there's randomization. That randomization here, if I turn that down, you'll see, remember how I said these scattered lines are sort of the position of the sound that it's playing in. If I turn that randomization off, it's just always playing the same place. So it's a lot less of a dynamic sound. Crank that randomization up, and now it's just scanning through, which is getting us all that variation. I even did a little bit of fine tuning here on the right, which is creating a little bit of a chorus effect. Pitch-wise, we could have it all be in sync, but we're gonna get a little bit of width if I turn up that fine button. That fine knob, I should say. Now there's another function here that I'm not really using, but I could use, which is like just a straight up loop button. So you hear now I'm not playing, no hands, see? No hands. But it's still playing, right? Like it's still looping through those sounds. Sort of like a freeze button on a reverb is how I would describe using it in this circumstance. As you can imagine, we can make a pretty cool drone with that. In fact, why don't we start building some type of cool ambience with that? Because then I can get into more of my approach to sound, or how I'd like to approach sound in 2023. Okay, here we go. So the goal here is just to create some ambience. What I'm going to do is do an audio track that I'm going to record into. We're going to record from track 15 into track 16. I'm going to arm both of these, and let's just do that. But I need to be able to see pitch loop. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3. I'm not really caring about time right now. You can see that the audio is going right into track 16. And that's enough. Actually, I will unloop it so that it fades out naturally, because we might want to use that in our sample later on. Boom. All right, good enough. I think we'll just grab this portion right here. And now, play this back. We have a cool little drone that we can now manipulate. What if we brought that down an octave? Or not even, doesn't even have to be an octave. Okay, let's actually do 2 semitones. I find that transposing some audio like that is going to give us it's already going to put us in like a lo-fi world because we're doing some transposition. All right. Hey, I wanted to thank White Whisker Musica. Thank you for the 21 months of membership. 21 months. Going back to MPC time, make something cool, everyone. Heck yeah. If you are a member, you have a monthly member milestone chat. That is a free super chat. If you hit the super chat button and you're a member, you should be able to put whatever message you want to get it highlighted. And I would just want to say thank you again to all the members. If you're wondering about membership, who are all those cool people with badges next to their names, you can hit the join button down below, become a member, get access to our members only workshops. You can get your music reviewed on stream during track review streams. There's some members only videos, and there's a bunch of free downloads available for members as well. Click the join button, become a member. It's a cool community. Oh, and our Discord. I forgot about that. And Daltrick is in the chat. Daltrick has somehow found some time to join the chat amidst the January madness. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, back to it. So we created this drone, right? Let's loop that. I'm just going to add a bunch of reverb to this. Maybe just shape it a little. Okay, but now jump back up to the instrument. Actually, I want to go lower with this sound because it's sounding a little bit harsh. I wanted something more of a smoother. In fact, let's record the drone one more time. And what I want to do is play fifths. Instead of getting that third in there, that's going to give us a cleaner drone. All right, let's do that one more time on the drone recording. We're recording a drone from Pitch Loop 98. Here we go. Let me turn down my metronome. How's the volume levels, everybody? You can let me know. Okay, we've grabbed that as a loop. This is a lot just cleaner, simpler sound that I wanted for a drone. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. All right, turning loop off. Get a natural little fade there. It's a spooky little fade there too with the pitch. All right, cool. Let's grab that last portion. Boom. Excellent. Okay, now we have that cool drone. And just like I did before, let's transpose that down a bit just for a little bit of a lo-fi effect. Lo-fi effect that, you know, that comes with detuning something. And now just soloing over this. I really like that sound that we had before when I did the octave up. That sort of gave us that mystical sound. Also note here too, there's a dry wet knob on this whole thing as well as feedback for each channel. So you kind of have control over how much is happening. Which if you want more dramatic effect, obviously crank those up. If you want like less dramatic, more subtle, you can turn those down. But let's for now experiment with this sound over that drone. I really like, I I really like how that sounded. So I just hit capture MIDI, which allowed me to grab all that MIDI that I just played. It's not that it was like some masterful music there, but stick with me. We're going to get to something cool, I think. I think we played for... How long did we play for? Let's check. And luckily we have enough drone here, right? Do we have more? All right, that's the beginning of that audio, so we can loop this actually. Depeche, thank you for the Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well. Nicholas says, when finding its style, do you constrict yourself to certain instruments or any other constraints as to help keep the particular style structure, like create it in a certain way for a season? That's kind of exactly what we're talking about today. I mean, the example with the rock band, right? Well, I'll say this. There are certain rules, right? If you're saying, I want to create this genre of music, that genre of music essentially has a set of rules attached to it. Of course, rules are meant to be broken, but I think understanding those rules is really important if you are going to break it. If you say, I'm going to make a pop punk song, and you go in and you don't know anything about pop punk, and then you upload it and tag it with all the pop punk tags and you know, send it to a bunch of people that like pop punk, there's two options. You either got really lucky and did something right, or the more likely option is you didn't make pop punk at all. You made something totally different. Not only did you make something totally different, you probably made something that's completely genreless, which is really hard for people to grab onto. So there are rules. You should understand the rules of a genre. But what you said there at the end, creating in a certain way for a season, that's where it gets interesting because, and I think you mean literal season, because if I'm thinking about making a wintry beat or something, wintry piece of music, my interpretation of winter might be different than your interpretation of winter, but it is likely that other people have a similar interpretation of winter. Dark, cold, you're imagining wind, you're imagining snow. But then the flip side of that, holidays, you're imagining gathering with loved ones. So there's a warmth there. The interior of a cabin in the snow implies like some warmth, while the exterior, if you were stuck out in that snow, is extremely cold. So whatever that interpretation is, my point is, be clear in that interpretation and like write some stuff down or do some mood board activities. Cozy. Miss Nadia in chat said cozy. Yes. Mood boarding is really helpful for that. So you can understand, oh, my interpretation of a rainy mood is this. And then that helps you kind of focus. So then building sounds around that help evoke those emotions or that vibe is how it all comes together in terms of music. All right. So now we've got some improvisation over the top of this drone, right? And this is using the pitch loop 89 in a couple different ways. I think it sounds pretty cool. What I would like to do now is take this one step further, though, and group these tracks and now record them again to another audio track. So let's record from group 15 into track 18 here, and then we'll take it from there. Another part of my, approach to sound in 2023, I think, is going to have to do with sampling. Taking a piece of audio and making it unrecognizable from the source material, or maybe not unrecognizable, just a few steps removed from the source material. No more, for me, no more piano that just sounds like a piano. It's got to be piano that's been aged or that has some of this looping stuff going on. Something like that. Can't just be pure piano. That's sort of like a rule I'm setting myself up for. And not just piano, it has to do with this sound as well. So now we're going to resample this sound. Loftus Tyson said perfect sleep sounds. I agree. I think so too. Makes me want a modular synth. You don't need a modular synth. Clearly, you can do it all in the DAW. For a lot cheaper, probably. What inspired you to make music, TAETRO? That's a very hard question to answer. I don't know if I can say for sure. Sometimes you're just drawn to certain things, right? It's what makes the world great. We're all drawn to different things in different ways. Cacique El Leon Records. Happy New Year. Have I used Tone Tree, Benjamin? I have used Tone Tree. Sometimes it crashes the computer though. Beep boop. Thank you. All right, we've recorded that. Oh, I just exited my chat like a crazy person. And I meant to hide it. All right, let's let that record a little bit longer while I bring up my chat again. Come back to me, chat. I need you. Oh, that's not what I need. There you are, chat. I gotcha. Don't worry. Come back. So the great part about this, or what I should have done, let me actually give this a try here. Randomness, I think, is going to be a big part of my process, or utilizing randomness. Utilizing randomness, I think, is going to be a big part of my process in 2023. And one way this could apply here is I have these simple bleep bloops, right? Let's fold this so I can see the notes. Very simple pattern. If I loop this, it's going to be like exactly the same every time. Pitch loop is going to make it slightly different every time in the way that it grabs the audio. But if I highlight all these notes, the other thing that I could do is just adjust the chance for each note. If I bring each note down to like an 80% chance, now there's an 80% chance that the note will play. So it's likely that the note will play, but at some points it will not play. Which I could actually vary this. I could randomize this. I could randomize the chance. I could even bring it down. I could make certain notes more or less or more. And now I could loop this forever. Eventually it'll get boring, but it will, or it should, be different each time it plays through. I wish I had recorded that as a sample, but for the sake of time, I won't bore you and re-record that sample because we've already done the work there. Okay, the point is that now I'm going to turn this group off and we're going to play this. I don't need to solo that. Now we have this, which is sample material. Yes, those sounds were cool, but what can we do with it? Pilgrim of Light answers the prompt. In 2023, my music will be shared with the world. A few of you have answered the prompt. Let me bring this up on screen. I already read a few of these. John Jill. My music will be released consistently. Nice. Alja says, my music will be on a Spotify editorial playlist. Fantastic goal. Permaband's music will be in the making. Michael says, if you weren't using Ableton, which DAW would you be using? Ask that in the regular chat. Answer the prompt if you want your question answer. And also, I don't have an answer to that. Pitch loop question. Included in Ableton intro. I probably missed it, but it is a granular delay or similar effect. It is a delay effect. I guess you could call it a granular delay effect. But it is a Max for Live device. I do have the link here for people. Where did you go? Link. It's a free download, but you need Max for Live. Pasting that in chat. Mateo says, for beginner producers, do you think it's better to buy presets and sample packs or invest time on sound design? I think that really depends. If you very much enjoy sound design, you should have some basic fluency in sound design anyway. Like you should understand ADSR. You should understand the different types of waves, the difference between a sine and a saw wave, right? Like those are things you should be able to identify. So basis fundamental of sound design understanding, yes, is very important. I do not enjoy the sound design process in terms of like, oh, I'm going to open up this synth and I'm going to spend hours and hours designing a sound on it. I'm going to try to recreate this specific sound. I'm more of like a preset surfer. Go through, find exactly the sound that I want or a sound that's very close to what I want and tweak it from there. So if sound design is what you want to do, great. If you want to be making music, if you want to spend most of your time making music, I think presets and sample packs are for sure a great tool and the way to go. What up, Gorley? Long time no see. CJ, hello. I saw... Where's Bishop? Did I see Bishop? Am I out of my mind? Oh, I saw Wislow. Okay, nice. All right, back to it. Like I said, now we have a bunch of sample material. Of course, that's a beautiful soundscape in itself. We could use it like that if we wanted to. We could also drop it into a simpler and find different ways to manipulate it. So this goes back to my idea of take a sound and pull it away from the source material. How can you further manipulate it? How can you take it and make something even cooler out of it? Now this sound will probably be fun to slice. And instead of slicing it by transient, which we could. I mean, we could do this. Ready? Let me do this. We have very small chops there. Let's turn the sensitivity down. We could start slicing it like that. Maybe we just build up a little more release time. So that could be fun. I think probably putting it into, instead of slicing by transients, we could do by beats. We could also lower our tempo. Let's lower this. We're doing that by quarters. Let's do that by less. We could do it by 1 bar. Now I'm just going to search. I could even do this on pads. Okay, there's a lot there. Let's try to build something up. Let's save that for later. I mean, we could do stuff like add some reverb into it, but I am thinking that I gotta pull back on my use of reverb in 2023. And don't forget about my concept about detuning something, transposing something to give it more of that lo-fi quality. We can do that again too. I mean, we could do it drastically here if we wanted to. All right, that is nice. I'm having a lot of fun with that. But my next point was, let's figure out some type of groove or at least some type of rhythm ahead of this. And for that, I think I will just search top. Am I going to be able to find that? Let me see what this is. Some Latin percussion, tom squash overhead. Probably not what I want. I want to try and experiment, and I don't know which way it'll go. But let's go ahead and create a new MIDI device. I'm going to grab the second instrument I want to talk about today, which is actually, that was dumb of me because I'm going to want that audio. Let me grab that. I don't know how this will turn out. I might have to find something else, but let's give it a shot. The next one, it's in the same vein, but it's Granulator. Granulator 2. So you all have seen me use the lemon drop. Similar premise here, almost similar premise to pitch loop, where we're grabbing pieces of the audio. That's not what I want. I want this. No, I want, where did I just put that? Ah, here. So you can hear it's cool right away when it's grabbing just one of those cymbal hits in this drum loop. We can do things like shrink the grain. Right, so we're already transforming the sound a little bit. Let's see if we can get weird with it. Obviously, we're changing the pitch as we play through, right? And actually, I think a better sample for this would be a shaker loop or something. Shaker loop with a lot of movement in it, though. Let's do splice for a second. Shaker. Give me the shaker. Members out there, by the way, I did post a community post and a lot of you shared feedback there about what you want to see from your membership in 2023. But for those of you who are in the chat, or those of you who are maybe even not members and would consider becoming a member, let me know what are the things that you would like to see out of membership. Okay, so now we're getting started. This is pretty cool. Let's try this. All right, like I said, I don't know if this is going to work. How can I tell you if this is going to work? But I have an idea and I'm going to run with it. Okay, let's try to record this. I actually want this to be... Yes, even tighter. Turn the LFO on. Make it random. So you might be saying, how the hell is this even going to fit? How is this even going to make sense? Let's not do filtering yet. Well, we're going to try to make it make sense. So real quick, I'm just going to record some MIDI. Oh, sorry. That's that audio playing from the other channel. 3, 4. What's up, A2? What's up, Tom Adams Music? Thank you for being here. Yeah, Common Beats, you're a fan of Granulator? Okay, we've got that. It didn't really make sense in time, but let's try something. I'll try something that I used to do when I used to use Ableton Live when I was teaching like younger kids. It's kind of like a cheat code. Here's the vibe. You want to get a bunch of young kids excited about electronic music and sampling or whatever, but they don't really have fundamental music skills, so they can't play to a metronome most of the time. But they do have a lot of fun recording sounds, like just shouting into a microphone or recording, a random instrument. When they do that, it's not put in time. It's not in time with the metronome, so you can't make like multi-track music with it. Or can you? You just take random audio and quantize it. Let's actually refine these quantize options. 16ths. And eventually you can get to something there's a little bit of groove there, right? Okay, now on we go with our idea of granular things. I'm looking for delay, grain delay, bubbles. And this is sort of just like instant texture. Yo, Alja says, just want to say that I'm going to a K-pop music festival this year. What festival are you going to, Alja? I need to know. Who's going to be there? Tell me everything about it. Vlogging, hello. Wislow says, simple guitar strums through granulator, poor man's microcosm. I've been considering doing a video that's like how to recreate some of the microcosm sound within Ableton Live, because I do think that is possible. Let's commit that down again. Because I think that the next step, so we've committed that, we've flattened that, printed the audio effect onto there, which means like we could go and do this again and make the sounds shorter. I don't think I necessarily want to do that. I've quantized again though. We've got something going here, but hold that thought, because now if we say, let's just grab a kick drum, kick, my library, please. I need a one shot. Just grab a simple kick for the moment. What's going on here? I don't remember downloading half of these, but thank you, Splice, for playing a clap when I search kick. Am I out of my mind? Oh my god, I'm the meme. I'm the meme. Searching for the perfect sound. You know what? F it. Let's just go with that one because it's simple for now. All right, so my reason for jumping right to doing a kick here is because if we now sidechain this audio, we'll force a groove onto it, or at least we can try. So as you can see, I think my approach to 2023 making music is like going to be much more experimental. I found myself making music previously very much getting caught up in melody, chord progressions, that approach like a singer-songwriter. And I want to move from that. Not that it's a bad thing. Not that I don't think I'll take some things from that. But I want to pay more careful attention to the sound, craft it, mix it, mangle it, all those things. All right, chat, what's going on? We need a new emote with his face staring at splice samples. True. Let's searching for the right kick emote. Yeah, we do need more emotes, don't we? How many plugins do you own? Who knows? Who can say? Here, I'll bring up the plugin list and you can look at it. Not that it even matters, because you know what? I get them for free anyway. So do not compare your plugin list to mine and say, oh, I need that many plugins. You don't. I'm also wondering between the Mini Lab Mark III and the Launch Key Mini Mark III, also a new Ableton user. Both are great. I think the launch key has an edge. Alja is going to see Stray Kids and Hyphen. I don't know this group. Mamamoo, The Boys, Ive, and Nmix. Spotify wants me to love Ive, so they just keep playing Ive, and then I get the song stuck in my head. So now I do like Ive. I had a quick question. Oh, I think I answered that. Okay. Let's keep on going. All right. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, a kick. So now that can sort of react, right? All right, so we did that. Oh gosh, no. We got that. I'm gonna quantize this lightly. Don't forget about transposing down first. But don't forget that we were also trying to work with some sounds, right? So let's see how this is going to translate. And now, to make this all gel together, as if it all belongs together, throwing that sidechain on there will be helpful in that. Not as extreme. What's up, Matt Michael? Nice to see you. Or Matt Mitchell. All right. I mean, that's something. I don't know if it's perfect, but it's definitely close to something that I want. I think I was... Let's hear it. So you see how we've gone so far removed. We've gone from the original material, this sort of like sleepy ambient bed of sound, to then chopping it up, resampling it, transposing it a couple times, and now we have this. Then we took a bit of audio, a bit of like shaker audio, ran it through Granulator, added a kick in, so now, like, I might add like some more obvious rhythmic features in later, but another thing I'm trying to avoid in 2023 is the typical like hi-hat. Like, I don't want to do this. Let me find the hi-hat. Doesn't really matter because it's just a demo at this point. I don't want to be doing this anymore. Let's at least help it out a little. I don't want this anymore. I'm so bored by the steady hi-hat pattern. And I think we can avoid it by doing these kind of more strange effects and adding more rhythms and just doing different beat repeat type things. Let's mess with this sound a little bit though, because it does sound a little bit like kind of typical granulated sound. A little bit. I think I need some. I'm gonna experiment. What does this actually sound like pitched up? Like a lot. Let's bring that back down now. Group this. Let's add a little track delay. Bit of a strange sound there, and I think there's opportunity to do a little J37 on there to get it sounding. Actually, instead of J37, I think if I want a more dramatic tape effect, I might go with the Arturia Tape Mellify. See how this is getting crunchier? Such a dumb thing to be spending so much time on, right? And I'm saying dumb, but what I'm finding is these little dumb textural things are things that I start to love about music. What's up, Sledgeman Guitar? What's up, Jeff? What's up, Chadwick Ryder? Bashi Mumble says in 2023, my music will be insightful and fun. That's what I like to hear. All right, let's try one other thing with this rhythm because I want it to be a little more rhythmic, believe it or not. And again, linking everything back to having things organized so that I can quickly grab things. And when you can quickly grab things, it's a lot easier to make them a part of your sound, right? All right, let's give this a shot. I think I can do this with knobs, right? Shift device, boom, boom, boom. Yes. All right, so now I've got this device, which is going to help me control my beat repeat. Let's try to record a little automation here. And let's do that. Whatever I just did, let's take a look. We have automation. for each of these now that I can look at, of course. So just catching that in a little bit of rhythmic automation is going to ground us in some more steady subdivisions. I don't like that. So I'm going to get rid of that one. Don't really love this one either, so I'm going to get rid of that one. And anyway, that's supposed to be like background kind of texture rhythm anyway. It's not supposed to be laying down it's not supposed to be laying down like the clear time. BJB says, no idea what my music's gonna be like this year. Hopefully good. Rock and rap my style though. Nice. So on that note of like getting a clear rhythm, let's grab a snare. And at least get like a 2 and 4 down. Hello? Am I in my library? Splice is like sorting. I feel like it changes all the time. That's a nice texture. I kind of like that too, but it's got a lot of noise on it. That's nice. It's a little bit of a thwack. A little too small sounding, a little too trappish, but I'll keep it. Sync. That's kind of basic. Just grab that for safety. And that one we can grab and filter. The sound was shorter. I want to go with the weirder sounding. I like those sounds combined. All right, let's capture that. Boom, we've got it. I like playing those two sounds at the same time and having them just a little bit off from each other. I do want to kind of lessen my velocity range here though, because I do want a generally low velocity. What's up, Chris? Welcome. Let's not shape these a little bit, but let's get these kind of... Okay, and then what I'm finding myself doing a lot too is let's check the tempo. What does it sound like at 100 BPM? Or even slower. I want there to be something propelling us forward. I also want this sound to be a bit more... So where is the groove in this? That's what I'm going to sift through with the tempo and try to find. But one thing about it is, think about the approach that we've been taking. Everything has been manipulated in some way. Nothing is quite clean here. So how do we now take this drum pattern and make it more interesting, like mangle it a bit so it's not like this clean drum pattern? Thank you, Jari. I appreciate it. A2 says, now freestyle to this? Not my thing. Sounding very digital. Jeff, that's a good point. It has been created 100% digitally, of course. Some of the percussion sounds we start to add in will bring in a little bit more organic elements, but you are right in that we probably have room to add one more element that is not so digital. This core element, though, is for sure digital, right? It's like, whatever cord is carrying the internet into your house, it's like we are traveling inside of that cord. Okay, but like I said, we got to find a way to mix and mangle this drum pattern, which let's try pitch loop 89 again on drums. Let's use this a slightly different way. Do you hear that? Now that's very clearly a clean delay there. It's like a slap back, basically. Now, what we don't want is for it to be that clean delay. Pumpkin, yes, we are live. Thank you for hanging out with us. If you just joined, or if you are here for the first time and are like, hey, this is a cool, fun live stream, want to let you know that we are live pretty much every Thursday on this channel, same time, same place. So make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications for live streams or for videos, so you don't miss a future one. It's a fun time to hang out and make music. I like to answer questions during these streams. Share a little bit of my process, different from a general YouTube video, right? So if you're here, thank you for being here. As you can see, or hopefully as you will see, we have a pretty cool and fun community. Hey, Dungeon Master. Okay, so look at that. First live from center. All right, how do we feel about this? We could do the reverse thing. A drop of water, says Robophonic. That kind of fits with the general mood and tone, right? Okay, now there's one thing on the side here that sort of helps us lo-fi out this sound a little bit more, because the BW, standing for bandwidth, it is going to, it's almost like a sample rate thing, or it is a sample rate thing, I guess. Okay. Can crush the bit rate. So you hear how before the drums was just like this straight ahead, like kick and snare pattern, right? Sprinkling in this is a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. Now what I've done there is just shaved off some highs. Good. I want to bring down the shaker loop a little bit. It's a little overbearing at this moment. Actually, I noticed it more after I turned down the highs of the proper drums. So I think the shaker probably needs a little bit shaven off. Not going to believe this, but my guitar sample sounds a bit like yours and is played at the same time. Cool. I think some of those markings of like chopping up a granular, manipulated sample, you'll start to hear like commonalities between them. Can't afford Ableton yet, but I'm practicing with Logic and until I can, but this is cool. Wish I understood more. Well, I do have the beginner series on this channel. So there's an Ableton Live beginner series, and I believe there's a full free trial of Ableton Live on their site if you want to get working in that in the meantime, as you save up the funds to purchase. And just if anybody is a student in the chat, make sure if you are thinking about purchasing Ableton, you take advantage of the student discount. That is how I bought Ableton back in the day as a student. I kind of want to play a little bit more with these chops now that we have this rhythm going. So let's do that. Close. One. Let's try it. 2, ready, go. Again. I am overdubbing instead of playing. All right, I want to do a little bit more, so I'm trying to get more comfortable with what these sounds are on the chops. I think I kind of liked that. And I did save the old idea, but it's nice to have multiple of these. Okay, so that idea of it being a little too digital, you might be right. So let me try something. First of all, let's not dig too far out of the box just yet because, and this has nothing to do with the digital sounding thing. I was going to say is we have this instrument here, which is turned off. Nope, go here. Let's get rid of that. What key do we end up in? We end up in A? No? Oh gosh, I can't tell with all this stuff. All right, we end up in the key of F, I guess. So now let's layer on top of this. Here we go. whatever I just played there, I think was good. What if we bring it down an octave though? There we go. All right, how do we feel about that, chat? How do we feel about that? The reason it's poking out so much is because everything is sidechained besides this. So let's sidechain that, get it blending. It's also for sure gonna clash with the main sample because it's like the same instrument from the sample. And let's start pulling stuff out. All right, this is where I'm gonna want like a grittier style, so I'm gonna throw this master chain on to get a grindy tape pushed sound. I just need that kick. I think I want a little more crunch on the kick. Audio effects, drum bus. Add a little bit of heat here. On the kick there, and who knows what's happening in that super low end because I'm just doing this on headphones. So all right, I wanted to try to add another instrument on top, and we've got the flute loaded up here, which is something that could work, maybe. So you hear how that wasn't really a melody? That was just kind of like these random... There's some phrasing to it, but it's not like a sing-song melody, which I think is generally... My approach to melody is write a melody that could be sung. I want to pull back on that a little bit for the meantime. And now you see I've reduced the chance that each of these notes will play. I don't know what you mean by caution with delay at second bar. What's up, Simon Morris? Hope you're doing well. if we could get a different drum groove in here as well. Let me get the metronome on. I think I need some top samples or something. I need something to help me push more of a groove. So let me find a more straight ahead shaker sample. Type loop. Let's see what we've already got. I think I'm okay with that. Let's drop that in here. Boom, boom, boom. Just somewhere in here is fine. We're gonna have to get this to fit in. I'd love to see more of the boring work stuff in the members video. Super helpful. I really like it. Can you tell me more? Dungeon Masters, I just got through the members only video about making samples. I think I'm going to dive deeper into that workflow and some of the new gear I just picked up. So you're probably talking about that boring work side of things. All right, there's something there. Let me jump into chat because I saw a couple messages come through. Jeff said, I feel like some type of occasional abrasive sound could work really well. I agree. Something at least to wake us up a little bit. Habasaku, I think is how you say that name. Hey man, just want to say I love your videos and I just started learning music theory and how to actually produce something. And as a beginner, what is the most important skill to learn ASAP? Music fundamentals plus the technical stuff. So if you're following with the music theory series, fantastic. That is exactly where you should start. Then it's right into learning how to use the DAW with the Ableton Live for Beginning series. Good evening, Desire Music. Senator says learning chords through your vids. Nice, good to know. Something less mellow. Okay, I don't know if I'm totally on board with that yet, but I hear you. But I am also in my brain hearing some type of one-shot vocal sample. Let's look for that. And I think I have a simpler already here ready to go. That could be it. I don't even remember ever getting this sample. There we go. All right, we need delay. We need it to be like big and spacey like everything else is kind of floating. I was thinking about trying the grain delay for texture, but that's fun, but I did also just want the general clean delay here. What if we sliced this instead? Hello, where are you? That's fine. We're getting all those little clicks. All right, let's get that. All right, whatever I just played is fine. But I think we can do both ideas where this phrase is played out as well. Let's duplicate that. Let's get rid of the slice mode. Let's just do it as a one shot. Not like that, obviously. In key. Chat, where did you go? I can't find you. Did I exit out of you again? Nobody's helping me. You all just let me sink or swim, eh? Is that the vibe I'm getting here? Or swim, eh? Okay, and now we're playing twice. Pop out chat. There you are. I see you. We're back. We're back. Sorry, I missed you all for a minute. We're right here. Okay, you're right there. Perfect. Have you tried out Native Instruments Haifa? Yes. Especially when you bleed it with the chords and randomness. I should read everything that this person said first. This is what I'm loving for 2023. More experiments with the music. I dig it. Yes, yes, yes. But not experimentation. Like sometimes experimentation can be an excuse for people to make stuff that sounds bad. I want to do experimentation. That sounds good. All right. Seems like y'all are on board with the music. I mean, with the vocal sample. Great, great, great. All right, we're going to go for a little bit more here. I do have to get to a dental cleaning, which who knows if I will survive. So this could possibly be my last stream ever. If it is, it was nice knowing you all. All right, there we go. Because now I'm able to mess with the pitch of that sample and everything, and we've got it happening occasionally. We can do the same thing, chance with that. All right. We have no drums going at the moment. Live disappeared. Oh, there we go. Something about these drums ain't hitting, you know? Some guitar. Yeah, shoegaze style guitar. Perhaps. I always liked your hat. Oh, thank you, Lemire. Yes, if this is my last stream, thank you for complimenting my hat. It's like that sound, like I like that sound, but it sounds just like a little too on the nose, right? Drum break sliced or something. I'm thinking that's what I want to try. All right, do we have time to do this? I think we have time to do this before I have to go to the dentist. I'm here today to do this. Okay. Let's try drum break. I'll take anything at this point. Just to give this a shot. It's going to slice it please by beat. Oh, where are you? And let's get this. Okay, maybe if I slice it smaller. Good, but I think crunchier is what I'm looking for. What did I just do? Half of me using Ableton Live is me accidentally doing something and then going, that? All right, this is off by this much. Okay. What we are missing mix-wise, though, is the sidechain pump, which we can, of course, get. We are also maybe in need of a little low-end boost. All right, let's swap this. How do y'all like that drum break? I think this. All right, what's going on? I think. Oh, I get it. Okay, so remember that this is a drum break, so that any of these, which of these slices is a kick drum? Which of these slices is a kick drum? Since this is, what's going on? Go here. Since this is a sliced simpler, I can't sidechain to a particular slice. So I need to, that's a kick, C1. This is gonna get weird. Okay, I'm trying to... Hey, Av in chat. What's good, Av? DJ Av McCree on the clock. Okay, let me try this. We're going to try to use audio to MIDI to figure this out. Flatten this. Let's see if Ableton can figure out I can't really figure it out, but let's see if it did at least. Oh, I'm so dumb. It's close, chat. If you listen and follow along with the kick pattern, it's very close. I got a really cool delivery today, chat. I'm going to be making an IG story about it soon. Got his echo game on point. I got to step it up with people like you streaming around here. I feel like Av has cooler voice effects than me on stream, though. I think I need to add a few more to the repertoire. Okay, my whole point of doing this is I'm trying to get a good sidechain signal. Using that old drum kit that we were using. And I think this did a good job of doing audio to MIDI, so I think we've got our sidechain back on. Just want a sidechain that links with the kick. Already, this rhythm is so much more interesting than what I was playing before. A little heavy though, no? Like a little bit. I just want to mess with the sound a little bit. So I actually did this already. I don't know why I'm doing it again. I want to mess with the sound a little bit. Like, can we go shorter? Oh, Av is using the Chaos pad for the live effects. Good to know. All right, we are going to tell these vocals to relax a little bit. A little too much delay, I think, on here. A little too much feedback, probably. All right, and we can hear that the loop is not perfect, and it's catching that ending there. So let's just sharpen this up a little bit. Go. That should solve our problem. Jake Tully is like in the drum break trop. Yeah, I don't do that much, but it is helping me. I've been feeling stale in coming up with grooves lately, so I guess that is a way around that for sure. Let's do a similar thing. Let's get these. Well, you know, one thing we could do is grab the pitch loop 89 and add that to the break. I just had it. But we could also do the beat repeat. All right, let's try that a little bit. Go ahead and do this device. Are we good? Yes, 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 yes. All right, here we go. A little automation on these drums. Let's hit it in 1, 2, ready, go. Boom, stop. That's good enough for now. It's just like making the drums slightly more interesting. This has been a great exploration of all the different techniques, but I think musically it's getting away from what I want. And I think I'm gonna start pulling things away. Peace and love to add. I mean, jump back in here, and what happens if we turn this back on? Never mind, it's gonna be in the wrong key. Scratch that idea. So now I have this kind of groove and floatiness going. I really like the vocal. What else can I do? I guess like what I was looking for. I think what I was looking for was a bass line. Let's root this in a bass line now and see if that's gonna, I think grounding it is gonna help a lot. Bass, 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 bass. Synth, maybe brass. Yeah, but not really for me and my sound probably, but definitely not a short bass, probably a long bass line. Alright, whatever I just played was fine. We're gonna need that downbeat. Okay, now my question is, we do this. We're gonna now use this chop as more of an effect rather than the basis of the whole track. Time check. Plenty of time, plenty of time. Delay, delay. low end out of this. Let's use this as a nice sparkly effect now. Now we're literally just using 2 chops there. Let's record this. Boom. That's so much better. It took a lot of experimentation to get here, but first of all, real quick, let's smash these drums a little bit. A little bit. Definitely playing with that will be fun. I think I would definitely layer this though, because we're definitely not getting a lot of kick out of this. We're definitely not getting a lot of low end, I should say. Right? Yeah, it's so down there. Yeah, so I think the next step would be layering in a kick that's doing a similar thing. I mean, what if I just turn this on? There it is. Would it make a big difference if the bass is louder? Probably not a big difference, but I wasn't really thinking of that. So we can give it a little boost. All right, and you've got a little bit too much high end to play with everybody else like that. Oh, but you have no side chain. Is that your problem? That's not what I meant to put on there, but I'll keep it there because it seems like a fun accident. Let's grab the side chain and let's put it on. That's why this thing is poking through way more. All right, now we're in dream world, right? Again, I'm just touching the tempo to see where we need to play. A hair of of return reverb in the background. It's making the empty beer bottles rattle now. Perfect. Let me hear this on speakers for a second. Try a little something. If I've missed chats, I apologize. I haven't had the live chat on. I've had top chat on. Here we go. I just want to record a really simple bass line for a second. What I really want to is that. Is what clipping? Is that clipping? Is what clipping? Nothing is clipping. It's made to sound like it's clipping, though. I've got my speakers on, so it's weird. I can like feel and hear the bass, but like headphones. Clipping just means things are in the red, things are pushing beyond what they should be pushing. So you're going to get some like audio distortion as a result. I'm kind of happy where this is at the moment as a loop. Oh, I should save? You're saying I should save. In 2023, my music will be lost because my computer will crash and I didn't save. Oh, we're not in 2022? Oh. 01122023 save. Pickle Black joining just in time for us to finish. Oxbeast, are there things you've been like, dang, if I had Ableton Live Suite, I could do this, but since I only have standard, I can't do this. If you find yourself hitting that wall over and over again, then yes, it's worth the upgrade. If you're not hitting that wall at all, don't upgrade. Dungeon Master put it exactly the same way. I mean, there's another layer to this. I clearly don't want to stop today. Thank you everybody for joining me for the first stream of the year. The other layer to this, or the rabbit hole to go further down, is like this. Let's do this. Let's record it. 3, 4. New Lozano says, appreciate the channel. Thank you, my friend. All right, that's that. And like, this is just for fun, just a little fun experiment here. What if we now slice this? And where are you? Arm this. So now we're going to have some fun. So what does an experiment like that sound like? Let's try it. We got 1, 2, here we go. One more time. 2, here we go. One more time. 2, ready, go. It's so close. I gotta learn these chops. Boom, to that. And that one's got a clean kick on it. All right, here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, let me just hear that played back because I think it's close, but I think there's very much potential here. So with just these chops soloed, and I am going to hard quantize them. And the quantization was certainly not perfect there, so let's fix that a second. So this is not going to be how I would want it right now, but this is a good example of just like going down that rabbit hole. I was kind of thinking of like SP404ifying this, if that's a word. Okay, then just go back to the original. Turn this off. That's the original. And here's the chop. Wait, turn this on. And then like unfurl it a little more. So whatever that was that I just played, like now you start layering instruments on top of that and you've sort of repeated the process. Yeah, streams every Thursday, my friend. Streams every Thursday. if you've been here since the beginning, you just saw like this big long journey, but I think it's one worth kind of watching. We've been live for just over 2 hours. And that was just like, that was just a transformation within a transformation within a transformation, which I think is what I want to be doing with music and my sound in 2023. It's like, how far down the rabbit hole can we go? We made some sounds, then we resampled them, then we built a track around it, then we got rid of that, then we resampled it again and made something new out of it. Then we made like a whole vibe and then completely resampled and chopped that. So like, how far down the rabbit hole can you go to find something amazing? It's like musical exploring or something. But I hope you enjoyed that look. Hope you enjoyed that look at the Pitch 89 device. It's a fun way to make cool sounds, or take a sound that would otherwise just be ordinary and make it a little more interesting, give it a little more of a dreamy quality. You can definitely work with it in ways that I didn't show today. But it's a fun little Max for Live device. I used it on a melodic instrument as well as a drum instrument. So you should try using it on some of your sounds, and it's definitely going to be a big part of my sound in 2023. I really like that workflow. It's cool to see something new. Yes, that's basically the name of the game. Chat, come up here so I can read you, please, so I don't have to lean over to read. Chat. Oh, computer's not liking that. Come this way. All right, cool. All right, I'm glad you guys enjoyed the stream. You went Lewis and Clark on that one. Dig it. For sure. Go get your teeth washed. Yes, I have to do. I have to do it. I might not survive. Dungeon Master says, I'm going to ship my kids over with this loud blip blocks to play at your place. They don't like headphones. Hey, it's a beautiful thing, right? Kids and music, beautiful thing. Great to start to 2023. Awesome job. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, everybody who's been hanging. If you tuned in later, yes, these streams get posted to the channel. There's a live streams tab on the main channel page where you can go and watch many previous streams to see like raw process of all this. I'm still working out my calendar for this month to figure out when the best time for a track review stream would be this month. Members, I'll have more info coming to you soon. More videos dropping. Like I said at the beginning, I'm working on 3 videos right now. I'm going to try to get the first one of 2023 up by Monday. I think it'll either be a Monday or a Tuesday posting schedule. We'll see. Thoughts on the MPC XL rumors that I've posted about? Yeah, it would be cool. It makes sense. I don't really have a ton of interest. I've been thinking about revisiting my MPC 1. I've spent many years trying to use tools that just don't click with me natively. And part of like being efficient as a music producer and doing my thing is leaning into the things that inspire me and work well for me, and that I can do things quickly in, and that like I can have these creative experiments in. I don't feel that way with the MPC, and I'm not sure if 2023 is the year that I'm going to be going hard into trying to nail down that workflow. As a performance tool, maybe, but I'm not sure. So even if there is an MPC XL, you probably won't see me using it on the channel. You probably, if there is one, Av will most likely get his hands on one for sure. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I've got links to my socials down in the description. That's Instagram and Twitter, where I keep things updated more often than just YouTube. So when there's a new video or there's a live stream, or when I just have like random thoughts, or if I have cool stuff in my studio that I'm not going to show in a YouTube video, I usually put it up there. Also, there's a couple affiliate links in the description of this one. I think my headphones, if you're looking to get a standard pair of headphones, and then the Ableton link in the description is also a affiliate link. So if you are thinking about purchasing Ableton Live, use my link, and it helps out a lot. Maybe we see a collab with Ricky Tinez then. Oh, it would be cool to get Ricky over here on a stream. I will text him about that. We talked about it a little bit last year, but we'll see if it happens. Definitely hoping you do the Ableton microcosm video. I'm going to write it down after this. Be jamming for sure, because I think it's a good idea for a video. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Look out for the new video coming Monday. Thank you all so much for watching. This has been TAETRO. Have a good one.